Welcome to the Xenos Alchemist podcast. I'm Mr. Pink, otherwise known as Modern Synthesist. And in this episode of the podcast, we've put together a kind of supercut of conversations that we've had on the Creature Conference over the last, 1.5, 2 months in relation to previews that have been released by Games Workshop or Rumours, or most recently the kind of micro announcement that Tyranids will be following Eldar. So, hope you enjoy it, and just be aware that it does cut between different episodes here. So, time is not really a thing in this episode.
And yeah, today we're actually going to talk about Tyranids. Other than like this, well, I guess we're talking about Tyranids right now, but we're actually going to talk about new Tyranids. Literally the day after we recorded the Xenos review, or like a couple of days after the Xenos review. Oh no, it was on the 1st, I think, on January 1st. Games Workshop released a video teasing, being very teasery, and teasing models that are coming out in 2022. With some not easily visible shots of the models. So Flinhammer has grabbed the not easily identifiable shots of something that is likely a Tyranid.
I've only got one word.
Yeah.
Strike!
You've been waiting to say that for a long time, my friend.
Yes.
A decade, maybe? Half a decade? I don't know.
I've done my waiting.
So that's what Flinhammer thinks this is. Marco, what do you think this is?
I think it's the Shrike. And you can quote me on that.
Okay.
But honestly, I have no idea. I think if it's a Shrike, it's an interesting design. I guess we'll talk about that right now.
Sure.
But if the Shrikes are all sitting on the ground waving with their wings again, I'm gonna puke.
Wave with wings.
Look, I have wings. Look at
This
me.
this is what you tune in to the number one Tyranid shit show on the internet for. No patience for any Tyranid bullshit. I'm gonna puke.
And why shouldn't I?
No, that's good. Yeah. No, I want your honest opinion, and that is okay. So we'll get into more of that and why you're gonna puke. But before we do that, Simon, what do you see before you, and what do you think? In short, what would you say this is?
I had the feeling that it would be like a they will release probably a double box.
Yep.
And I think it would be easy to jump on the Shrike hype train.
Yep.
Because they have digitalized the warrior kid.
Yep.
And I think it's easier to play around with something you already have.
Yeah.
You don't have to, work so much or create new stuff.
Yes.
So I could see why they would sort of, do the lazy tour. I'm expecting always the worst.
Yes.
So my dream would be to see two completely new kids. And hopefully just one of them is flying and relying on wings, and the other one has different means of levitation.
Ooh. And sorry, when you say two different kits, you mean this as a dual kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Tyranids will get like a standalone unit, because I would expect to get a whole redesign, and I would hope for a whole redesign, and I don't think they will get it. Because not enough audience.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting the least, and the least would be like a warrior kid. Give the warrior wings, and make them usable again. Approach all the dudes who have wanted flying Tyranid warriors for ages.
Yep.
Or have glued Dark Pegasus metal wings to their warriors, and they always fell over and break, and the
hey, those were some sick wings, though. Those are some beautiful wings, those Dark Pegasus wings.
Yeah, and I have a whole set of them, and it's game-wise, it was utterly useless.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and always so.
And okay, so
I don't see a Parasite of Mortex thing people have been advocating, because I think they would build a unit box.
Yeah.
And having a character would be just one thing.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a unit and a Shrike and something else box.
Okay. While we're at it, let's hear what people in the chat think about this. Tom Box has already said, Bits Box, I wager $4, £4.09 that this is not a Shrike. We should take that down. My own answer is it seems like the Shrike is the obvious answer, but I feel like the wiggly tentacles on the end make me want it to be a Parasite of Motrex more. Like, I want them to be showing the set. I'm with Simon that I think it's a dual build kit, or I hope it's a dual build kit. I'm also with Simon on the pessimistic approach to it. That though I too would love to see a full Tyranid line, I don't believe that's happening anytime before like 2023. So I think this is one box with two builds, and that one of them I assume is going to be the Shrike, like people are predicting. And I want the other thing to be something weird, but it could also be the case that it's like the Zoanthrope, where this is the one-off weird one that you can field with your normal Shrikes. But yeah, something about the wiggly tentacles coming off the bottom make me think more Parasite of Motrax.
What you just give me an idea of what it could also be.
Hmm?
It could be a dual kit, but it's not a dual kit of Shrikes and the Parasite of Mortex. It could be a dual kit of the Parasite of Mortex and the Red Terror.
What?
Which that would be an interesting one of, here you go, here's a box. You can either build one of these two special characters.
Hey Marco, how do you feel about the Red Terror standing up on its tail with its wings out?
Make him fatter.
I agree. He's too skinny, that guy. For a Tyranid
Yeah.
that's meant to eat all the pies, how is he that skinny? I want a Red Terror who's not afraid to let his love of food hang out.
All you can eat, bro. All you can eat.
Damn right. Interesting. So Parasite of Mortrax Red Terror. Oh, I think even if this is not that, I think you just launched some Red Terror conversions. Posted about this stream on YouTube. This is YouTube, on Instagram, and some people commented on there. So Polymorph Mini said, I don't really know this. It's like Warrior TY with wings. Can someone decode that for me?
There you
Ty.
go, Chip Post.
Warrior TY with wings. Warrior TY with wings. Warrior, please. Return of custom units, please. So I think that's a vote for Shrikes. Protulit Tenebris also, I think they are Shrikes, 3 in a box, with the potential to upgrade 1 to the Parasite. That seems like a common belief.
Yeah.
And therefore it will be false.
High Fleet Nidhogg, I'm backing the Parasite as well, but I would like Shrikes to get new rules return, as I'm sitting at 6 of 9 at the moment. I think 6 of 9 Shrikes completed. Storyboard guy, I want it to be something a bit new and different. Shrikes would be cool, but what about a Flying Tyrant Guard as a bodyguard for the Tyrant? Thoughts?
No, I like the idea.
That would be
Ouch,
very
Flynn! Ouch! Wait, what was that? What was that? Marco?
Big and blocky.
No, it's sounding too cool. Actually, I would love this kind of new concept.
Yeah!
Just to expand it a little bit what we have, but I don't think it's sounds too interesting for me.
Flynnhammer
think
makes
if
the
you-
comment that it'd be too big and blocky, but I think Marco has a solution for how you can make a Hive Tyrant Guard that is not big and blocky. Marco, have any ideas?
Absolutely, but still, I don't think that's gonna be it.
No?
Yeah.
Well,
It's a bit sad, but I would love it to be something like that, because it would challenge the design
Absolutely.
to be something really new. Like, think of how it would work. So the walking things rely on just being big and in the way, but a flying thing would need maybe some sensory organs or something to predict where a missile or something like that is going and
Yeah.
throwing itself in the way. And yeah.
So what you're saying is it would have to be cooler and more interesting than just a normal Tyrant Guard.
Or have a psychic shield. Haha.
That's what I was trying to get you to say the first time, buddy.
I know. I'm not a monkey. You just can't pull on my tail.
Dance, monkey. Dance. So Protulit Tenebris says, I'd be happy if they brought back the Ablative Swarm for the Flyrant instead of Flyrant Guard. What's the Ablative Swarm? I didn't know that one. Does anyone
Same
remember
here.
that?
I think that could have been like a special rule set of something, but
The possibility of Flying Guard? I think that would be really cool, but it is challenging. One Above All Designs, who often joins us on the stream, suggests new Tyranid Shrikes, 18-inch D6 plus 2, strength 5, -1, 1 damage, flame spurts. I would
Yes.
be down with Shrikes with flame spurts. That would be amazing.
Okay.
Okay, so there is an artist named Dicey June. I don't know Dicey's pronouns. So they've got this habit of like taking the rumor engine stuff the Games Workshop puts out and then trying to like extend the drawing or like extend the concept. So to take like what few bits we've got and kind of string them together to try and make something understandable out of it. So Dicey's been doing a lot of work on Tyranids lately. They've been doing some 3D sculpting. That's pretty cool. So you guys should go check out Dicey June's Twitter to check that out. But Dicey was already commenting on the Tyranid preview. So I suggested that maybe they do one of their SketchUps to show how this could possibly extend beyond what we see in the hazy photos. So this very much looks like kind of what Marco was talking about, being a Shrike standing on its tail with its wings spread. I thought it was still like a cool take on it, the way that unified the different parts that we do see here. And there the sketch highlights what Flynn commented on, which is that one bit looks very much like the spiked tail end that we had seen in one of the preview images that looked very honestly like a Tyranid. So in Dicey's rendition, for me, this looks a little more like a Tyrant because of the kind of carapace shape behind the head, and it looks like two ridges of the miasma or whatever vents on the back.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a valuable hint in there.
What's that?
Because maybe I'm not the only one thinking this looks cool as a singular design for one creature, but it doesn't look so cool for a whole unit to just stand there around and waving. So maybe that's another hint that it's not a unit of Shreks.
Could be.
Oh, that's right.
Good point.
Because it would look kind of stupid.
Yep. You mean it would look so stupid that even they would notice?
So that was kind of a ramble about the new Tyranids. Any other thoughts that you guys want to share on that point?
I must say, with some of the new Elder we are seeing, with some new models, I would really no, I haven't given up hope yet on seeing another cool Tyranid creature again, because I feel the last one was such a long time ago, because all the creatures we got later, maybe apart from the Genestealer Patriarchs, which I really liked, the Broodlords, all the big monsters were all rather lackluster. So I would be all over the moon to see some really cool creature again.
So
just threatening and elegant and beast-like and has all bells and whistles.
I'm excited to have seen the preview. I'm excited that there is a Tyranid coming out. I was kind of pissed off that there's like a mold line on it, and it's very obvious at the bottom of one of the wings. And yeah, that's cool. I don't doubt that we're going to wait until like November until it comes out, but Shrikes would be cool. But I honestly think it's going to be some other weirdness that we didn't ask for. But hopefully fun weirdness.
So that marks the end of the segment taken from our January 7th stream. Next up is a segment taken from our January 21st stream. And in this, we discuss a rumor video about Tyranids and the possibility of a new Tyranid wave hitting as early as March.
Flynn mentions new models. There was a rumor that came out this week about new Tyranids. I don't know if people heard about this. It was on a YouTube Rumor Dude channel. And you ready for this, Marco? Have you heard this rumor yet?
No, I haven't. Shoot.
Guess when new Tyranids are coming?
It's gonna be December 2031.
Flynn, fill him in. Flynn, when are they coming?
March this year.
No.
That's what anyone with Tyranid experience has said. No!
It's the timing is just all wrong. How can they release Tyranids, like, which is supposedly a big range redo as well?
Yeah, that's the other part of the rumor.
After they do Eldar, which is a massive range redo.
Absolutely.
Unless Eldar is not a massive range redo, right? Like, it could be that Eldar, we've already seen almost everything that Eldar is getting.
Pretty sure they are they are on a rising wave for the Elder right now. And of course, they will end the current release schedule with some big models. And of course, the Avatar Morgan Rao will come. On the Tyranid rumor, did we hear anything more? Or just Tyranids March?
So there's going to be reed sculpts of the whole range. Specifically, what was mentioned was Termagants and Hormagaunts, which is why
I didn't hear that there's going to be resculpts of the whole range. I heard that there was going to be range refreshes such as Termagants and Hormagaunts, and then there was going to be some other thing.
Obviously the video image we saw, but because they said like range redo, range refresh, same thing to me.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, it can't be the whole range. As we said, they're doing a whole range. Well, they're doing a big range refresh for Eldar, and why would they do a big range refresh for Tyranids right on the heels of it, unless they're significantly shifting how they approach these things?
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's March, and they would have hyped up a lot more as well if they were going to do more of a range refresh.
Yeah, like they're doing the whole like path of the whatever for Eldar. Wouldn't they do something like that for Tyranids? Why would they just like do this huge tease for Eldar and then just drop Tyranids on your lap?
Probably not.
Okay, here's the story. If Tyranids are released in March 2022, I am going to buy every box, the new Tyranid boxes that are released, and I'm going to give them all away, and it's going to happen on this stream. Because that is not going to happen ever.
Can you give them to me for the museum? Make my life a bit easier.
No, I got to give them to the viewers, man. Come on.
Technically, I'm a viewer.
So you heard it here first. If March is the month of Tyranids, I will buy you Tyranids. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I would love to be wrong, but I don't think I will be.
All right, that was just a short one, but this next segment is a longer one from our stream on February 4th, where we review kind of a short announcement from Games Workshop that Tyranids will be following Eldar as the next Xenos release, and we do some wish listing about what kind of Tyranids we'd love to see in that release.
Do you want to read it out for us? This is at the end. Where did this show up?
This is the new Aldari Codex, and it's absolutely enormous post on the community page on Monday.
Yep, Monday this week.
This isn't just an exciting time for Aldari, but for Warhammer 40,000 Xenos players. After the craft rolls touch down, there's something gribbly and either chitinous or chitinous coming. We don't want to say too much right now, but there are lots of them. They've come a long way, and they're very hungry for biomass.
Who else thought we've come a long way?
You forced it out of us. It's
Damn
the
it.
Tyranids.
Tyranids are coming! Woo!
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you got that all wrong.
What?
They're talking about the Backstreet Boys. Because they've come
No!
Guys, we've slept eons in the cold of space for this.
We have.
Light years and light years to finally come to this point.
And how do you feel?
Hungry. Really fucking hungry.
Are you trying to get up a mood here, or what?
Yeah, I could eat.
I could
Why
eat.
not?
Anyway, in all seriousness, Nids are coming. Yay! That's pretty exciting that Tyranids are going to be next. When I first read this, I freaked out in a good way. I was like, oh my god! In fact, there's a point in it where it says there's many of them and they're hungry or something like that. And of course, they're talking many of them like a swarm. And I was like, guys, they said many of them. That means we're getting tons of models. And I'm like, oh wait, no, they're just talking about Tyranids.
There will be some.
I may have gotten way too excited about this.
I mean, we know it's going to be Codex, right?
Yes, it's definitely going to be a Codex, and you'd think that there would be one model at least because they previewed that one model in that video that they showed us at the beginning of the year. Other than that, we don't know much. There are certain rumors flying around the internet about what will not be in the next Tyranid release. We talked about that on a different stream. I don't know that I believe all of them, but they are out there. But I had set for homework for people earlier in the chat to say two things. So the first question was, what Tyranid, if nothing, like, don't think about like size or cost or like how well it'll sell, or like what would be required to make it. If they could release one Tyranid, your dream Tyranid, as part of this release, what would it be? What would be your dream all-time Tyranid that, you know, blue sky it? Just pick the craziest ass Tyranid that they could possibly release that you would love to see, like something that really deserves it, or something that you've always loved the fluff for it and you'd love to see it in person, or just like, I'm really tired of this existing model and I want a new version of it, so I want this to be the one Tyranid that they release. And then question number 2 is the practical answer. What do you actually think if they release one Tyranid, what will it be? So does anyone want to go first with their dream Tyranid, and then their practical, it's probably going to be this Tyranid?
What I would say is, the one I'm thinking they're going to do is they're going to redo the Termagant and Hormagant kit. And currently the Termagant kit is the main place to get Rippers. So
right.
if they don't if they redesign that kit and they don't redesign the Rippers, we're going to be in a bit of a situation. They'll either do, what I'm thinking is they'll either do them the way of the Necron Scarabs, where they're like more of like one solid piece, and they're in with the Termagants and Hormagants still, or there'll be a separate unit you can buy.
Please make them separate. Please tell me that I don't need to buy more Termagants to get more Rippers.
Yeah. Just let me buy a box of Rippers, like we used to be able to do. That's the practical one, I think. The dream one.
Yep.
New Carnifex kit.
Whoa! Okay. I was expecting Shrikes. Shit. Wow.
Well,
you went there.
Shrike's already there. Shrike's already there.
Okay, right.
That's that's already been announced. So it's like, what's the point of being wishful thinking of? I know they're there.
Well, we don't know that that's Shrikes. We think that's Shrikes, but it's likely Shrikes. Yeah. It's got wings.
Yeah. And
it's not huge. Thanks, Flynn. That was good. New Carnifex kit. Talk to me about that. What would you see in it?
More options. For,
okay, wait. The Carnifex is like the one Tyranid with the most options.
If you look at the sprue of the Carnifex, compare it to the Warrior kit. The Warrior kit's got so many more. It's got basically the same number of options.
You're right.
But
plus,
and there's so much more room in there. You mean?
Yeah, there's all that
so
air.
Much wasted space.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I wouldn't really change the style of the Carnifex.
No, I think it's pretty cool.
Just
okay. Well, that would be awesome if we got a new like a revised Carnifex kit. I feel like an idiot, but I hadn't bought a new Warrior box in years because I bought a lot of Warriors back in the day. And
idiot.
I got the new box and I was like, oh my god, this is like, I thought they just like chucked a new sprue in there, and like, no, completely redone. My fault for being slow on that. But I did start thinking, I'm like, look at all the gappy space in the Carnifex sprue. Like, how cool would it be if they recut the Carnifex sprue and added a bunch of cool new stuff in all this space? Although really, I think the smartest thing they could do with the Carnifex sprue is leave all the options in there and just put in a second body. Because you have 2 Carnifexes there. Like, you have enough options to build at least 2 if you just put another body in that box, because they already have that where they have the one box with the 2 Carnifexes inside, right?
Yeah, but they've got the kit twice in that box.
I know. And what I'm saying is that they could save some money by just duplicating the body sprue and just leaving the like scything talons, everything else options alone, because there's enough options to build 2 Carnifexes in there. You don't need 2 kits.
Yes.
Boo.
Not a great option, but you know, practical. We're talking practical. Okay, thanks, Flynn. Flynn, last question. So you said fixing the body. What options would you want to see in the Carnifex box? Like new stuff to add to it.
So something to make it a bit more distinct. If you're going to upgrade it to Old One Eye, something to make it more distinct rather than just the regeneration head.
Yeah.
Because it's just too. I could put that head on and give it Slithing Talons.
Honestly,
it's not Old One Eye.
Honestly, it's still not enough. Old One Eye needs a complete model for him.
Yeah.
Everything is just a shortcut and not good enough.
Maybe like the Prime.
Yeah.
If you would interchange like parts of the body.
No.
I like that.
I think, yeah, of course, Marco. We can all.
Marco wants more, but
this would be what they would do if they would go that road.
Yeah, but what? All the special characters in any other range get a single model. Every single one.
Yeah, Tyranids are not any other range, though.
Yeah, but no range would use it like the regular model and just swap the head and a weapon or something.
Okay, Marco, tough guy. Mr. No, we can't have it that way. Let's hear how you did for your homework. If you had your choice, okay, you can start either with the practical one or with the dream model, whichever you want. Tell us your picks.
Easy. The dream model, of course, my number one would be the Dominatrix done properly, but this would be a Gargantuan model done from Forge Worlds, so I guess it's not an option. But if
I don't know. Look at those plastic titans, man.
Forge World used to have a box where you could put in your wish model for like a decade, and they always entered the dominate. Yeah, like decades. They asked you what kind of model would you want us to do, and I always entered the dominatrix. But well, they didn't listen to me.
Well, they didn't actually know you. You didn't put Tyranid dominatrix, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not doing a Keeper of Secrets anytime soon."
Yeah, of course.
That was a joke. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So, the realistic dream option for me, what I would love to see is choice number one, the Talent Horror.
Yeah.
Let me get my wish list started. Of course, I want to.
Okay. Yes.
And I think realistically speaking, we're gonna see some Termagants, obviously, and I am really hopeful that we finally get to see a proper Lictor, and it's about damn time.
Preach the Lictor.
I feel like you kind of answered the question twice or three different ways there, but yes, yep. I agree.
Why wouldn't I?
Of course.
Yeah, who cares about rules? Okay, so my turn, I guess.
Yes, please.
What I would love to see is something, or that would be a wish unit, which I know they will never do. But what I would love to see is a link unit. What were those infected Marines called? Soldiers you had.
Brain slaves or whatever, something slaves, mind slaves.
Mind slaves, like something like mind slaves.
Ooh.
So having a unit like that, like a puppet master unit that would have like your enemy's unit at his disposal, so you
mind
can
control.
have like this, something like a mind control unit that tricks around with your with your opponent's forces.
Yeah.
And in an unrealistic world, you would have like a box with I don't know, like different, maybe some bits that you could stick to your models. For example, I'm playing against my Tau opponent, and so I get a box of Fire Warriors, and I have this bit that I can plug on the back of their heads or the back or something like that.
Awesome.
Which turns them into instant mind slaves.
That would be so cool as an idea for the game.
Because I think it would bring back some of that horror aspect.
Yeah.
Like Jones is acting strangely. Everyone remember that?
Yeah, of course you remember that. And yes, you are acting strangely
still. Yeah.
After all these years. Yeah, because I think that this would bring back actual fear. So you're not just fearing the weapons or the stats, but you would fear that unit that could take away your units. For example, I know you all have your drinks ready. So drink, because here comes a Frostgrave thing. In Frostgrave you have a
German
spell.
tea.
Yep. In Frostgrave you have a spell that's called Mind Control, where you just take over your opponent's miniature, and he sort of can do something against that, but not really. And suddenly it's so threatening. This thing that can mind control others is like, ooh, I don't want to cross this thing's line anywhere, because I'm really afraid. And it was when I played Frostgrave, it was my main target to get rid of that character.
Yep. Nice.
And I think that could bring back this fear into the game.
Yeah.
Because it's unpredictable, and it strikes, and almost like Lictor.
Great. And what is your practical thing? Like, what is your they're obviously just going to do this?
I hope for a great Termagant box.
Yep.
Because I'm a big fan of the old ankle biters. I always had. I never have played Hormagons.
No.
Nope. Because I think Termagants are way more creepier.
Interesting.
With their little guns, and I just hope I still like them, but they're a little too large. And if they
Yes.
would make them smaller and more agile,
Ooh,
I
that
think
would
that
be
could
nice. Making them smaller. Interesting.
I think that could emphasize the bigness of the big ones. So when the smallers are
Yeah.
smaller, the big ones
Yeah.
look larger already. And I think I just love those second edition Termagons. Before they redesign like the whole range of big things,
Yeah.
they would rather. I think they give the big monsters the what's that elder skimmer's name?
Falcon.
Yeah, the Falcon treatment. They just will let them grow old. I think they will give us new standard troops,
Yep. Yep.
and I'm hoping for them to be good. And it would be also very in their design line because they make everything look like a Termagon, so they could
Yeah.
go back
Huh.
to square one.
And they seem to be redoing. I mean, they have redone the Elder troops right now. One of the Tyranids as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Necron troops got redone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
My things for the homework assignment. Actually, Marco, I'm gonna say Dominatrix. If I could pick anything, one thing. I mean, shocker, right? If I could pick one thing for Games Workshop to release in plastic, not Forge World, Dominatrix. Because like, look at the size of the Eldar Wraith Knight. Look at the size of the Night Titans. Like, how can you make giant? Oh, that crazy Riptide, whatever Tau thing. How can you make giant battling seizure robots and not have kaiju for them? There are no kaiju. We need a kaiju.
Good
And I don't-
point. But
and, like-
shouldn't the dominatrix be even bigger?
Okay, yeah. So one thing I would allow is that the Dominatrix technically is supposed to be larger, but I would rather have a scaled down plastic Dominatrix. Like, for example, if you sat there waiting for like a Reaver Titan to be released in plastic, it's not going to happen. But
Yep.
the Night Titan is the largest the Games Workshop can do in plastic. I am more than happy to have a Night Titan sized Dominatrix. In fact, I just made a Dominatrix and it was roughly Night Titan size, and let me tell you, it's pretty fucking large.
And popular too.
Bigger. Okay,
So
it's
Maybe it
bigger.
doesn't need to be. Maybe it doesn't need to be a dominatrix. Maybe it's enough if it's just like a larger than Hive Tyrant but smaller than dominatrix, something in between.
Funnily enough, with me working on the night titans for such a long time now,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about the kaiju versus night theme a lot lately. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. Who doesn't love it? Who doesn't love it?
So that's what I want. But practically speaking, I'm going to go against all of you. And I'm going to say they're not going to release Termagants. They're not going to do it. Not for this this release. They're going to wait. And they might be, as Flynn predicted, in like a box set further down the line. Or maybe they release them as like a kill team, but I don't really see that happening either. I think that like practical, pessimistic, the one thing they're going to release in addition to that flappy flying thing is the Gene Stealers, the new plastic Gene Stealers that they've had sculpts for going on 5 years now. And that's going to be like the kit that they release with the Codex.
Okay. Wow.
So thinking the Gene
That would
Stealers
be
are getting the Death Copter treatment,
Yes.
and you don't like the rumor of the rumor that's going around of the new Termagants and everything
I
else.
think that all of those rumors sound great. I don't think they're happening now. I mark my words, write it down right now. I would love to be wrong.
They did predict March, and that's the thing. It looks like it could be March, but it could be late March, beginning of April.
Okay, so we're in February now. I honestly think that the Tyranid wave is not going to be that big. I think it's going to be 1, maybe 2 kits alongside a Codex. Listen, what I'm doing, I'm setting my expectations low, and I'd love to be pleasantly surprised.
I think they
I'd
might get
rather
the Orc
that.
treatment.
Well, sure, but in successive waves. I don't think it's all going to come now. Like, I think that they're going to be spread out over a year at
But
best.
I think March they're going to do. They've got the Weekender Warhammer World that was normally the New Year's Day Weekender, but they obviously postponed it.
Yeah.
I think they're going to use it. As I said before in our chat, like, I think they're going to use it as the announcement, not just for NIDS, but for other things as well. But I think there's going to be a bit of NID stuff in there of like, oh yeah, the new box. We're going to have like limited edition box with limited edition codex.
I would
and
love nothing
XYZ.
more for you to be right. I'm just setting myself up low expectations so that I'm not disappointed. But like, I'm happy to eat my hat on this, man. Like, I'm ready. Like, I got the ketchup, I got the hat. Like, I'm ready.
So do you want to go to the? Should we go to the chats?
Yes, please.
So Symbio Joe from High Fleet Hopes and Dreams, getting ready to crash and burn, as Gene Sealers as the Dream.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
And number 2 is we are obviously getting the thing from the preview and nothing more.
Yep. I thought that's where everyone was going to go with this question. So thanks, Symbio.
Captain Timboli says, bold to assume Tyranids get more than one new kit.
I don't know but I have the gut feeling that it's different.
I hope you're right. Tell me more, Simon.
I don't know. I cannot tell you why, but maybe I'm so enthusiastic because I saw what that the Eldar had so much stuff.
Yes.
Don't start with they were long overdue. Yes, of course, but Games Workshop doesn't think in justice towards the, which line got how many whatever's.
Yeah, you're right. We do that math. They don't.
Yeah, their ways are mysterious and mystical.
Yes.
And I don't know why, but I just have the gut feeling that there will be more, because they're kind of announcing it in a wake of the Eldar.
See, this is what I picked up on. So that's what got me really excited. For some reason, because they were announcing it in the wake of the Eldar, I put it in my brain that meant that it was going to be an Eldar style release, which means like many kits, like a good chunky release. Like, we didn't get everything for Eldar, but like we got a goodly amount of stuff for Eldar. And we got the stuff that was needed. We got the Guardians, we got the Avatar. Yeah, I'm with you, Simon, that there's a little tingle there of hope that it could be an Eldar release. Eldar style.
Simon and Nick, where has your cynicism gone?
Hey, listen, I was plenty cynical a second ago when I told you it was going to be Gene Stealers and nothing else. I hope you're right, Simon.
Yeah, me too.
So say we all.
Jade Finch Scene has said for Dream, any of the gun beasts.
Ooh.
And Practical is just yes, please.
I like it. Wait, Jade, I want you to give us more. Tell me about any of the gun beasts. Please pick one that we don't like. Or do you want the Exocrine to be redone? Do you want a Dactylus? Like, what are you feeling? I want to hear more. So if you're still around in the chat, please expound upon that.
Captain Timboli has said for number 1 for the Dream, a Primarch level centerpiece character model similar to Mortarion or the big characters from Age of Sigmar.
Oh, you know who that's got to be?
Dominatrix.
No, I was going to say that's got to be the Swarm Lord, like a proper size Swarm Lord.
Dominatrix.
Sure, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yay!
Because the Dominatrix would be a proper Lord of War model, proper size, because the biggest model we've got at the moment that exists is Archaon for height, and for width, it's a Baneblade. So they're able to design that big. Dominatrix won't be any issue.
Okay, so I heard Primarch and I pictured Robody Girly Man or whatever, who's kind of like... Yeah. Robody Girly Man is pretty big, but like still kind of within the human range, like smaller than the Avatar.
The Swarm Lord's even taller than him already.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Eat that, Girly Man.
So for the Practical, overpriced Wing Warrior character. So basically the preview model.
Character though, that was interesting.
So
not a whole kit, just a character.
Would be something like the Parasite.
But that's, like, we keep saying the Parasite, but is the Parasite technically a winged warrior character, or was it some other weird thing that makes rippers? I pictured it as more like a giant ripper.
Sorry, Phil?
The Parasite of
Mortrex?
Yeah, Mortrex, I can't remember which.
Basically,
it flew in, it stabbed people and birthed rippers from them. So
it was about warrior size.
Yeah, you're right.
So it'll be decent for that. Will K, so that is...
Tactical D-Bag.
Tactical, yeah. He was I'd love a standalone Tyranid Prime. And
interesting.
And non-crappy Biobore / Pyrovore.
Ooh, that's the Dream? Dream model?
He's got it all in one line, so I don't know which way around he meant them.
Yep.
But to be honest, I think a Pyrovore kit would be an ideal
Seems
dual kit for them
obvious.
to do.
Yeah.
So obvious. And also both of them are on Finecast, so it's just that's 2 Finecast models redone in one go. That is so easy and so simple. But we obviously know from
So
Games
simple, I
Workshop,
dare say they may have already done it and they just have it sitting on a shelf somewhere waiting to release.
yes, that's the optimist view. The pessimist view is they haven't done it. They won't do it.
Oh man, I love the Biovore. I've loved the Biovore forever. I mean, not the model, but the
Oh, yeah.
concept. So I really hope that that happens.
Well, to be honest, I caught myself wondering about the Biovore's viability for some time because I think with the larger artillery pieces, the small, tiny one seems sillier for me every day.
Interesting. So maybe what they do is they take the Biovore, they take the Pyrovore, they upgrade them to Tyranid Monsters creatures.
Which I would love to see, but it won't happen because the classic stuff uses to stay. But for me, yes, Clint?
Because Biovore is really good for like aerial denial because you just shoot over a spore mine into it, and then the enemy either has to shoot it and can't go any near it to make it explode, so then they can advance, or charge it, hoping that they don't lose too many models.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's the bit. Pyrovore though is just
Marco, do you argue from a lore perspective or from a game perspective?
Not from the lore perspective, conceptually, because artillery pieces, well, rarely they are this small in real life, like the mortar. But if we get bigger artillery pieces, the smaller ones seem like sillier to me for some reason. I don't know why. Because I think if they had the means to do it bigger, the Biovore would have been much bigger back then. And of course, it was a concession to the modeling possibilities. And now we can get bigger pieces, which look more believable, like real artillery. And the small, like tiny, my Biovore, just looks sillier for me.
If the model would look different, that would change things for me. I think that from lore perspective, there's a reason for Biovores.
Yeah. Seeding?
No, because they're small, and smaller things are easier to produce, especially en masse.
Yeah.
And the energy you would use up to build like one huge thing that could be killed in one, well-placed stroke, could be placed, the same energy amount could be placed on several different, smaller units, which then would be more difficult to be killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right, let's move on to another comment. Flynn?
As I said, for the dream would be new gaunts with
spike
rifles. James Milner.
Good choice, James. Good choice. I like that.
Or the Lictor.
Yeah. Both excellent choices.
Honestly, we're all hoping for the Lictor, but
yeah,
dude. Honestly, we're all hoping for spine rifles.
But I think with the Lictor, we all have such high expectations. It's very, very unlikely that we're going to be satisfied.
Yeah,
spike rifles, I would love to come back as well as the strangle webs, but I doubt it very much. And the reason why, they moved them to Legends, pretty early on. Yeah, and they said anything in Legends isn't going to return.
Really? They said that?
And the points aren't going to be adjusted. Now, with no Games Workshop to say that in the past and
bring stuff back. Good.
Or,
happy to hear that.
Not just bring stuff back, or they're not going to do it, or they don't listen. Yep. But it just seems like it's spike rifles had disappeared for ages, and then all of a sudden, I think it was 7th edition or 8th edition, 7th edition, they came back, the spike rifles, and they hadn't been seen since 3rd.
So you know what else had disappeared for a long time and came back?
Strikes.
The Exocrine.
Haruspecs.
Didn't the Lash Whip disappear for a time and come back, or Bone Swords? Didn't they? They were gone, and there was. The Hive Tyrant. No, 3rd edition. 3rd edition. There were no Bone Swords.
What were the?
They were gone. Nope.
Couldn't Warriors take them?
Nope. Your Warrior Bone Swords became Scything Talons in 3rd edition. Congratulations.
Yep. Absolutely.
Scything Talons didn't exist in 2nd edition. Well, kind of. Like, I guess the Carnifex had them. But yeah, Scything Talons were introduced in 3rd edition, and they replaced Bone Swords.
Yeah, because Warriors the Metal Warrior model didn't have any Scything Talons. Yeah.
The guard,
think-
the Tyrant guard had Lash Whip, so Lash Whip survived
Shield.
with them, yeah, but there was no Bone Swords.
Hmm.
That's just one edition, and then they came back with the
Yeah.
the Hive Tyrant, but whatever. Just proof that stuff can go away and come back.
Yeah.
There's something else that went away, and I can't remember what it is. Didn't Bioplasma, it used to be a ranged attack, and then it went to like a close combat attack. Isn't it a ranged attack again?
Oh, I haven't played it, but I remember Bioplasm was 4th. It was 4th edition. It was still ranged. I can't remember.
I don't know. Whatever.
I took it. I always forget to use it. The practical one he thinks is the Biovore and Pyrovore multi-kit,
Yep. Nice.
which I think we're going to be seeing that a bit. He also says the Carnifex is a good shout. The Sculptor stood really well, but a new kit with more crisp details and posing options would be sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Unlikely, but I would love to see it.
yeah. Zarfei Engel has said, I'd love if they'd made some really alien Yamagals
Ooh.
going all the way out on the freaky elongated limbs.
Ooh, that sounds great.
They did bring them out, I think it was in 5th edition. You could take Yamagal Steelers.
Yes, yes.
But then they didn't do anything more of,
No.
here's a different build for. Yeah. 5th edition, yeah. 5th edition was, yeah, we've got all this stuff. We haven't released it yet, but have fun.
Yeah.
And
that was the
no,
Imagaros.
companies, no, you can't make them. No, we lose money.
I thought they kind of came back in like a later edition, that they were like
story-wise, they're there.
half-ass. I thought there was like a unit. Never mind.
That was 5th edition.
I would love for that to be the new Gene Stealer box, dual kit, normal Gene Stealers, Yamagaro, and enough tentacle heads to outfit every single one in there with a tentacle head. That would be amazing. How great would life be if you could get enough Gene Stealer tentacle heads like forever?
Talk about hopes and dreams for Tyranids. I hope they clearly hinted at Shregs are just as good as the Warrior kit in terms of being customizable and fun to build.
Nice.
The ultimate dream would be a plastic Hyrogel, more practical.
Ooh.
But believe it or not, still high on my wish list will be the new Vors, especially Pyrovores. He wants his living flamethrowers. I'm just seeing more about people wanting like specific rules back and everything else, like flame spout cannon, specific rules, mighty parts stuff, and everything. The one thing I've noticed, which has started doing the rounds at the moment, Hive Tyrants and Flying Hive Tyrants
Yep.
have now got separate data sheets.
The Exocrine got more wounds, better weapon,
Nice.
and better stats all around. But we all think it's gonna lose its double shooting power.
No.
Wasn't the double shooting power one of the? Oh no, that was re-rolls for one of them. Yeah.
I think it was +1 if it doesn't move, and the double shooting, I don't know when. If it's a Senate's range or something, I don't know.
No, I think double shoot is if it doesn't move and it's I think Kronos High Fleet.
Okay.
I think that's part of the High Fleet itself. Its ability.
Really? Weird.
Yeah, because Kronos is all about taking down demons.
Oh, interesting.
There's also a
Demon Hunter Tyranids. That's kind of spicy.
yeah.
That's weird.
It's about time.
Well, I wanted to thank everyone. I wanted to thank you guys and everyone in the chat for participating in the little like tell us what your Tyranid predictions are. I hope that we're all right. Like every single one of us. I hope we all get exactly what we're hoping for. I hope that Simon's right and that it's an Eldar line. I hope that Marco's right and there's a Dominatrix. I hope that Flynn's right. And wait, what did Flynn ask for?
The dream one is the redesigned Carnifex kit.
Right. I want that. I
Termagant
definitely
Rippers.
want that. Right. So this has been good. I've enjoyed talking about all of our Tyranid wish lists. Hopefully they come true, and hopefully we get a little more info on the Tyranid stuff coming up. I think that if it's going to be like an Eldar wave, they're probably going to start doing like the Monday previews for Tyranids, and how exciting would that be?
So what do you think it's going to be called? Like not the Eldar.
Shadow in the Warp.
They
Yeah.
do it on Mondays.
What's that?
I don't think they do it Mondays.
No? You think they'll do Tyranid Tuesday?
Exactly.
You cheeky bugger. But they always do the Monday previews. It's like a Monday preview thing.
Yeah.
Haven't they
I
always?
just think, yeah, I think. I don't really know. But I just think Tyranid Tuesday has just got a little better ring to it.
I support that. Okay, thank you all so much. Keep on hobbying. Stay safe.
And that concludes our Tyranid wish listing, expectations, and rumors supercut. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please leave your own wish lists for the new Tyranid release in the comments below. And if you're listening to this in podcast format, check out this post on Instagram and you can leave your comments there. Look forward to hearing from you.